Outside the federal courthouse in Seattle, a handful of demonstrators protested. Inside, a three-judge panel heard arguments for and against President Donald Trump's travel ban.
How is a court to know if, in fact, it's a Muslim ban in the guise of national security justification?
Judge Gould, I think that's the nub of the case.
The people, united, will never be divided.
The Trump administration's attorney urged the court to disregard promises Trump made during the election campaign about a total ban on Muslim visitors and statements by surrogates saying the executive order was aimed at Muslims.
Over time, the president clarified that what he was talking about were Islamic terrorist groups and the countries that shelter or sponsor them. And over time, he and his advisors clarified that what he was focused on were groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda.
The focus, he said, should be on the language of the order itself.
The order on its face doesn't have anything to do with religion, and in operation doesn't distinguish on the basis of religion.
But the attorney arguing against the ban said Trump's statements before and after he became president gave ample evidence the ban was intended to discriminate on religious grounds, which is illegal under the U.S. Constitution.
We're not saying that we're not in favor of psychoanalysis or trying to get into the president's head. You don't, Your Honor, need to be Sigmund Freud in order to affirm the district court. You just simply must ask, as the Supreme Court has told you, what would an objective observer think with these sorts of statements?
Trump's ban has been blocked repeatedly by federal courts, but his spokesman said the White House would ultimately prevail.
The executive order is fully lawful and will be upheld.
The Attorney General of Hawaii said the order harkened back to times in U.S. history that should never be repeated.
There's a way to go about protecting our borders. There's a way to protect our national security in a way that doesn't violate the Constitution, that doesn't discriminate against people based upon their nation of origin or based upon their religion.
Legal experts say it'll likely be at least several days before the judges here reach a decision. And whatever they decide, there's a very good chance that the Trump travel ban will wind up being argued in front of the U.S. Supreme Court in Washington. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Seattle.